Hello everybody, this is Mrs. Schauer. I'm in my backyard today. I thought we could do a little backyard science since it's nice outside today. So I thought we'd do some experimentation together about buoyancy and density. So another way to say that is what sinks and what floats. So on Blackboard I put a list of items you might want to collect in your kitchen or at your dining room table, and you could follow along and do this experiment with me, okay? Scientists use tools to measure things. That's what scientists use, are different tools for different measurements. So, for example, do you know what tool scientists use to measure length? They want to know how long a caterpillar is, for example. Do you think they would use a scale? Would they use a barometer? How about a ruler? I think I would probably use a ruler to find out how long a caterpillar is. That would be my first scientific tool to go to for finding out length. So to find out the weight of something, scientists usually use a different tool. Do you happen to know what tool it is that scientists use to measure the weight of something? So if I want to make sure I have the right amount of flour for my cake recipe, I might use this tool as well. I might measure the weight of the flour that I'm using for my cake. And I actually brought that particular tool outside so that we could measure the weight of some black beans that we're going to use in our sink and float experiment. So I'm going to flip my camera around and show you that tool, which happens to be a scale. Scientists use scales to measure weight. Okay, so here I have 2 bags with some black beans in them. I would like to find out whether they're going to sink or float. Do you have a prediction? Do you think they will both sink? Do you think they'll both float? Or maybe one will sink and one will float? We'll be finding out in just a minute. First, let's find out whether they weigh the same thing. So to figure out what something weighs, scientists use a tool called a what? Does anybody know what tool scientists use to measure weight? Well, let's take a look at the one I brought out with me. There it is. This is called a scale. You can see on the bottom it measures empirical, so it measures pounds and ounces, and on the top it measures grams and kilograms. So we're going to use this kitchen scale to measure the weight of the black beans. What's your prediction? Do you think they weigh the same, or does one weigh more than the other? Just by picking it up, they kind of feel the same. But notice how there's so much more space for these guys to move around and be separate from each other. They're really spaced apart when they want to be, and these are really jammed real close together. So all of these are packed in very closely. These have lots of room to move around. Let's see if that makes a difference in what they weigh.